Yeah, right around this time is nearing the end of cherry blossom season. So as you guys could probably see in the background, the cherry blossom trees, they all seem in full bloom, but they're shedding their petals. Just take a look at the ground behind me. Um, what this video is going to be about is life in Japan. So this will be part two. Life in Japan. I would like to talk about, I guess, life in Toronto compared to life in Kitakyushu City. Well, first of all, I would like to start off by saying that I've had no regrets whatsoever in my decision to leave Toronto to live in Kitakyushu City. Prior to getting over here, as I might have mentioned in my first video, everything was pre-planned, and the conditions, they look good. They look too good, and for me not to make that move, I sort of felt like as if that may have been the one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. Getting over here and living here and experiencing life here. Overall, it's just I don't want to say it's overwhelming. I don't want to boast and say that. I guess everybody's experience is different, but for me, everything has been just perfectly fine. Everything's happening how I planned it. Everything's happening how I like it. I'm really enjoying life here. I love it here. It's the nature. I'm doing the karate. Really just soaking up the experience here. And I think one of the mistakes that a lot of foreigners make while living here is making things bored for themselves, boring for themselves. For me, for example, I like to keep active. I like to do things, see new things, experience new things, travel. Basically live it up and soak in as much experiencing and time as much as possible. I think that's one of the most important things. You just got to keep active, keep doing, keep seeing, keep seeking new things, or else things are gonna get pretty stale here. So a lot of my experiences here, what I could tell you is a lot of things met my expectations. Some things not. But overall, it was a worthy decision to get over here, get over here, live it, and do what I'm doing right now. I'm really enjoying it here. A lot of times, some of the foreigner guys that I know over here, here in Kitakyushu City, I'd like to say there's but a handful of foreigners here, and every once in a while, some of them would talk to me, come up to me, and tell me about their boredoms, their troubles, what they do here, the struggle, being an English teacher, it's not made out what it's meant to be or what they previously expected it to be. You're not going to get rich off teaching English over here, depending on what you do. Working as an ALT, you're probably not going to be making the big bucks unless you're in a higher position. I'm not too sure how much the higher positions make, but anyway. I love the teachers over here, the foreigners over here. Well, the majority of the foreigners over here, they're all teachers. So they come to me with their stories, telling me what they do on their leisures, their free time, what they, I get a couple calls every once in a while, or I'll call somebody else to see what they're doing, just to get out there and do something, keep active. For me, on the other hand, there's a lot more for me to do here, I'm soaking up the experience, and at the same time, I'm seeing more, I'm doing more, and I'm experiencing everything till its fullest, to its fullest. And Also, I'd like to say that living here is somewhat of an escape for me. I like to say that because back home in Toronto, life seemed pretty plain, pretty boring. I was born and raised there, so I mean, I'm comparing it with life over here in Kitakyushu City. I mean, over here, it's a new experience, and I'm just loving the experience here. I'm loving it here. The nature, the people, the culture. Some of the traditions. I love getting out, riding my bike around. I like to, go sightseeing. I like to make videos of my experiences and what I've seen here. Share it with you guys, like on my other channel, Mushin TV. Yeah. So, in regards to the beautiful environments, every time I take the bus, go for a walk, take the train, there's always something out there that stands out to me that it just makes me feel more. I don't want to say make me feel more welcome, but makes me feel more excited about what I'm seeing or why I'm here. And I try to keep my mind in the mindset that everything is new to me. I try to see things in a new experience so that things stay fresh in the mind rather than getting old and bored and boring. Another thing that I like about living here is the weather. The weather now, we get a lot of humid weather here, and usually that starts around March until November, I guess, right around that time. And we get a lot of warm weather, warm temperatures. So that I really like, I really enjoy. As opposed to Toronto now, like I heard recently they got snowfall. I mean, I'm not. I'm kind of leaving that behind. I'm really hoping that I'm able to stay here, extend my stay here, and continue doing what I'm doing over here, living it up, doing what I love doing, karate, and soaking in the experience. I like to also say that life here is an ideal, a very ideal setting for me as a martial artist, because it provides me grounds for better or proper self-development. I'm not to say that other places don't provide that, but then being here, just being here in nature, soaking up the atmosphere, dealing with the people, eating the food, checking out the beautiful views, and just overall experiencing life here. Like what I could tell you, man, it's just it's beautiful, it's tranquil, it's quiet, it's peaceful. And I hear a lot of people complaining about Japan being this and that, but then I understand the reasons why. I understand from two perspectives. There's one, people tend to get bored here. That's common. But then that's because they don't know what to do. I guess life in Japan, it just, it's the same old, and they don't know what to do to make life better, to make life richer. They don't know how to enjoy their experiences here. There's a lot of things to do here. I'm probably not going to get into too much, but yeah, just a little bit of what I'm doing here. Anyway, again, the country, it promotes health, better living. In Japan, it has longest living people on the planet Earth right now. I think anyway. You know, it has a reputation for long lives, and I mean, not to say that that's a good thing, but you know, better living is it's always it's always a better living or a better choice than to live like shit, man. Yeah, I want to talk about the old people now, elderly people. You know, like there's a lot of elderly people here. Not that that's a problem, but what I would like to say is compared to Toronto, the old people over here, the elderly people over here, they're very active. They're very young in spirit. I see a lot of them bike riding. Back in Toronto, I never seen an old person ride a bike. Probably ever so rarely, but then I don't really see it. I mean, over here, it's so common. The old people over here, they go mountain hiking. You know, they go for hikes, long walks. I never seen that before. And that in itself is very healthy. You're gonna see a lot of old people over here looking like or acting like 20-year-olds. That's what I see, and that's one of the things I like about over here too. Like people out here, they look for things to do. They keep themselves occupied. Like me, I like to keep myself occupied, and just keep moving, keep active, keep living. So yeah. And yeah, one of the things I like about Japan, I might have mentioned it before, but yeah, the nature. Again, the mountains, the rice fields, the fresh air, well, depending on the season, I guess. Yeah, overall, I love it. I enjoy it. Again, no regrets moving here, and I'm really just soaking in the experiences, getting the best out of whatever it is here, and I'm training, living life. Cherry blossoms, awesome. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoy the view, the scenery. I'm probably gonna make another video on the area to show you guys a little what I'm experiencing here. But anyways, yeah, that's all for now. Until the next video. Keep your chin up, stay strong, and never give up. So one love, one Kyokushin. Os.